go, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator.
The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Brink of Sanity, episode 411. I am Jay. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good. How are you? How are you doing, Jay? Every show should start with us saying, "How are you doing?"
I mean, isn't that like a comfort thing where every episode it kind of like begins the same way and you're like, you get into your zone? Like, wouldn't it be jarring if we just did a completely different open?
I mean, I guess so. I hadn't really thought about that. The comfort factor is, what if I just started off with a random word? Like it was like improv. Like you start the show and I'm just like, Jello, and you have to go.
You remember when I used to do the cold openings?
Oh yeah, we would just be talking. You'd be like, "You didn't know this, but the show's already started."
We're 5 minutes into the show. You hated that so much.
Well, we used to do like, I mean, whatever. The show what is what it is. But we used to have like funny banter before the show, and then be like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about nothing when the show actually starts." So it made sense on some level,
Right. Now we're just like, I can't tell you anything unless we're recording.
right? If we talk about anything off the show, we enjoy that conversation so much more and can never recreate it on the show.
Right. Also, if I send you something funny, you're just like, God damn it, why did you send it to me now? Why didn't you save it for the show? So I have to kind of like save everything.
Yeah. I'm like, Jay, I don't want to know anything about you when we're not on the show.
Right.
Listen, there's one person in Australia listening to this show. They need my genuine reaction, Jay. I can't fake it for you anymore.
Getting a little behind the scenes, pulling the curtain back.
I think that's all we do is pull the curtain back. There is no curtain. So Jay, I know, what is your favorite topic for the show? I know there's one topic you hate me talking about more than anything, and I was going to talk about it.
Baseball.
Oh, okay. Well, what's number two? Let's do a top five list here. See when I get to it.
Is it when you bring up pedophilia?
No, okay, number three. Let's again. Let's see where the top five list gets to the topic I want to talk about. There's one topic that, well, I guess many topics that you hate I talk about, but this one in particular. When we get too much into this, you don't like it for the show.
Your kids?
Okay, number four.
How far down the list of hated topics can we go?
Number 83. Let's go. Come on, see if you can. Let's do it. Let's see if I can get if you do five. Let's see if you can get it.
Politics.
Oh, number four. Yes,
Okay.
nailed it.
All right.
Okay.
Fourth time's a charm.
I have a political. I don't want to make the show super political, but there's just a political issue going on right now that I really want to talk about. Is that okay, Jay?
I mean, if we're going to start a comedy show, we should definitely get into politics within the first 5 minutes.
I think politics is the best place to go.
Can we do religion
it's
afterwards?
We never really do religion on the show.
True.
We should start, every show should start off with religious stuff. I'd be like, Jay, how's Christianity? And you'd be like, Mark, how is Judaism? And it'd be just an amazing show.
And we're both like, we don't know because neither of us really practice. So, like, what didn't you celebrate this week that your family's side-eyeing you for?
Paul Rudd has a funny. They ask. They always say, "Are you practicing?" Like we're Jewish, they always say you're practicing, and he's like, "I'm not practicing. I perfected it." Okay, so with politics. Okay, I will. Controversial topic, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go too far into this.
Okay.
But let me ask you, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, and you watch TV, you get a lot of media.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard a Dove soap ad recently?
I have not.
Oh my God. This is just, Dove is not advertising to you and me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What Dove, the soap company, they are not interested in having you or I consume their products. They're refusing to advertise to us. This is maybe one of the biggest issues. If this was not a big issue, Jay, would the United States Congress be investigating this today or yesterday?
Congress is investigating Dove soap?
Yeah. I just sent you the clip. Play the clip, Jay.
All right. I'm curious. I don't know how Dove soap is going to play into all this. Okay, it's loading.
It's loading.
Okay, this is a clip from Congress.
My family has owned a
Congress.
grocery store since 1917. We have about 45,000 SKUs. It's a product I know really well. And growing up, my mom favored Dove soap. I don't think Dove soap has been in my house probably for over 15 years. We use Irish Spring now. And I was trying to think to myself, when is the last time I saw a Dove soap ad? Now, I am a conservative family, and I look at a lot of different outlets, whether it's online or whether it's TV or radio or everything you can imagine. I haven't heard a Dove soap ad in at least 10 to
Is there any context to this, or
Just finish the clip, Jay, and then we'll talk about it.
15 or 20 years. So if I was responsible to my shareholders and I had to go there and I had to answer to them if I'm doing the best job possible, for your words, the protection of the brand, you're using these extreme examples of situations where the brand might be associated with a freak situation versus a normal family of kids. We never see a Dove soap ad, ever.
I have no idea what just happened.
This happened in Congress.
But I don't.
This is
I have.
this is what our tax dollars are going to.
I
What
don't
context would
understand.
this make sense, Jay? This happened yesterday. What context would this be a normal thing to happen in Congress? Like maybe if like the president of Unilever, which owns Dove soap, was before Congress, and Representative Michael Ruley out of Ohio, a Republican out of Ohio, is making these comments. In what context would this be? And I know I haven't given you the full context, but what context would this make any sense?
Maybe he's talking about how some media outlets don't show ads for certain products because of political bias.
I mean, that's kind of spot on what they're going for, but they are basically claiming that I guess more or less they're claiming certain companies are becoming too woke and hiding themselves from conservatives, I guess, or no longer targeting their market.
So he's complaining. This is a complaint that he wants more Dove soap ads.
Yeah, you know how like people are like, "Hey, I don't want my privacy protected. I don't like these ads that are so targeted for me."
Right.
He's asking for a Dove soap ad. I think the Dove Corporation should hire actors and do nonstop advertisements on his lawn. This is the weirdest possible. I mean, what? I feel like if you're gonna explore this issue as a member of Congress, you should be like, okay, so the border's protected. We figured out the whole war in Ukraine. There's peace everywhere. Economy's roaring. Finally, let's get to the Dove soap issue.
So I've been working on our card game that we talked about like 2 years ago, and it's
Okay.
And so I'm getting to the part where we're getting far into it. There's a prototype. Kickstarter's a pre-launch.
Is this related all to Dove soap? Because
Yes.
if it's not, then
Yes.
like, why are you talking
so
about it?
the part I'm up to is figuring out advertising. So during the advertising, you could tweak it to target certain demographics, age or interests and things like that. What I did not see is if you could target specific people, which I think would be very funny, to run an ad campaign just at one person, like relentlessly. I think they need to
Some
add that
dude
option.
shows up to work, or we target Bry. Bry shows up to work, and he's like, "Holy crap! Can you believe how many times this Target company is advertising?" And everyone's like, "What are you talking about, Bry?" Yeah, I mean, every show I watch, I keep seeing ads for this. Like on Facebook, I keep seeing ads for it, and no one else has seen it, and he just loses.
If
his
you could
mind.
target a specific person, I would 100% go bankrupt just putting pumpkin spice ads on Bry's entire.
That would be
media feed.
funny too. That would be funny. But it'd be great if you could just find one person in Middle America and just send them ads nonstop. Basically, I want to replace every advertisement they see with the ad for our card game.
Right, exactly. I use the
They're
entire
sending
budget.
mail letters to the company being like, "I've already purchased this game 3 times. Make it stop."
Now that would be a funny ad campaign.
I'm pretty sure you can, and I haven't done any real Facebook. I've never advertised on Facebook. I'm assuming he's talking about those kind of companies also. But can you pick? I wanna like focus on conservatives or liberals.
They did not have that, but they have keywords. So like I am targeting the first game ad at people who are interested in Kickstarter, because that means they probably funded
right there
Kickstarters
you're
before.
talking about not conservatives. Apparently you hate conservatives.
I guess.
I have no idea if conservatives use Kickstarter or not.
Pretty sure they do. But yeah, I guess you could pick a word, like Tucker Carlson, and then just put ads at people who like Tucker Carlson.
Can you do things like can I advertise to people who agree with the statement whites are best?
It's definitely not that specific.
Okay, that would be something you could have a congressional hearing over. I would think that would make sense.
Yeah. Not getting Dove ads. You know what? I wouldn't consider myself conservative, and I have not seen a Dove ad either. I just think they don't advertise a lot. I've gotten a coupon.
I think they're doing pretty good business, so I'm sure they're figuring it out. It's not like they're like out of business.
Well, isn't there some products that just like they never need to advertise, right? Like they're established.
I mean, McDonald's is pretty established, and I get like you see advertisements for them all the time.
Well, they have to compensate for their inferior product. Like they're the worst burger, so they have to advertise to get people to go. But like, Checkers is established. Have you ever seen a Checkers ad?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Really? I've never seen.
I think we don't live near a Checkers. You don't see them that often, but I think I've seen a Checkers ad before.
What about White Castle?
There was a whole movie about it. Going there.
Well, yeah, but I've never seen a commercial for White Castle.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have the budget. So, like, I don't see a commercial for Brink of Sanity. I guess we don't need to advertise.
I'm just saying there's some products that just don't need to advertise.
Have
you ever seen like a Nestle Crunch commercial?
Wait a second. Didn't Dove soap do the ads with like the overweight women? Was that them?
I don't remember. Also,
Did they
I
have
haven't.
like portly models to like show what real women look like?
I don't think I've seen an Irish Spring commercial since the '90s either. If we're going there.
Yeah. What if the Unilever guy should be like, I don't see Irish Spring ads. What are you talking about?
You know what? Well, now that I think about it, I don't think soap advertises very much in general.
I think they do. I think maybe we're not watching the right programs also.
Maybe. I mean, I guess maybe if you're watching like daytime talk shows, there's more soap ads.
Don't you think if you were okay, so if you're like a Democrat and you're running against this Republican, wouldn't you just be like, you go to a debate with the guy and you'd be like, so he's talking about the border. Apparently the border's not as important as Dove soap ads, because that's what he likes to concentrate on.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do.
I wouldn't stop talking about this.
I don't know why they don't do more stuff like that. Wouldn't the debates be that much better? Like if they're gonna take jabs at each other anyway, like do stuff like that.
Yeah, just the whole time be like, yeah, you're saying the Ukraine-Russian war situation is pretty bad. Not as bad as the Dove soap situation, because you were holding. Why were you doing that?
Yesterday, because there's nothing else going on.
I hope also, like, I didn't see what happened today in Congress. I hope Thursday was about Irish Spring. Friday, they're giving, like, Axe body spray. They're going through all the products.
Do you think Congress is going to, like, be divided over the soaps? Like, maybe the independent parties like Ivory.
This member of Congress just talks about advertising the whole time. He's like, next week, he's like, okay, I don't really need Viagra. Stop advertising to me, you woke company.
This is what we get.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought it was really. I know this is controversial. I am hoping Biden and Trump will also address this Dove soap issue.
Is he mad because Dove is better than Irish Spring?
I have no idea. I'd like to know how his family chose to switch from Dove to Irish Spring. Was he like, okay, we use Dove soap. It's been 2 years since I've seen an ad. We need to switch.
Was it because there was like one time there was a gay person in like a Dove commercial, and so he's like, this is too woke. This soap is woke now. I don't know. Is Irish Spring like? We're conservative Irish Spring. Yeah, you remember that commercial where the guy's in the shower with his gun and his Bible, and he's just shooting at stuff.
You know, I use Irish Spring. How do you pick your soap, Jack? Because I have a foolproof method of picking soap.
Whatever's on sale.
I go to Amazon and just pick whatever's cheapest. Yes, that's what I do. It's fucking soap.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like Ivory, but other than that, I don't care.
Oh,
Ivory dries my.
I see you don't like the white soap. I see how
Ivory,
you are, you Mr. Woke.
No, Ivory dries my skin out.
Yeah, sure it does. And you don't like dry skin? I see you don't really like being an American.
Yeah, well.
I just don't understand the ad. Jay, I also I had one more political thing for you.
Good.
I know you want to talk politics. I had an idea for making our country better.
Okay.
So I think and you're an accountant, so you're big on the taxes, right? Like,
love them.
You love them. You're like, I love taxes. I want to pay them every day.
I don't even like working with taxes.
Well, you picked a good profession.
Everyone thinks a CPA like does taxes. Like there's actual accounting work where you don't deal with taxes at all.
Okay, so you just do like taxes all day. What do you do after like the taxes are paid?
I don't do taxes.
I get it. You don't do taxes like right now, but like during your work day.
Okay, what's your story?
It's not a story. It's just here's my idea. Okay, I know we talked about presenting ideas to make America better. I didn't express that idea. Like, I didn't tell you to do this, but you should have. I think every year when you're paying your taxes, the last page of the taxes should have a thing that says 15, 20, or 25% how much you want to tip your president.
Oh, president. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna tip the president for doing a good job. Wouldn't it be great though? Or you 15, 20, 25%, and then you press the button for or write your own number you want to tip. Wouldn't you like to just have a national conversation about tipping the president? The president gets no salary. He only makes money from being tipped.
I bet he would make a lot of money.
He makes so much money. You'd be like, well, it was awkward. So anyway, I owed 80 grand in taxes and I paid 20%. So I paid an extra 16 grand. I mean, he is the president.
President makes like $1 billion.
Can you imagine how awkward and like when you have to give your taxes in person and the guy like they have the little screen, they turn it around. How much do you want to tip your president this year? And you're like, well, it was kind of a shitty year. You're not going to tip the president. I'm 10%. You're tipping the president 10%. That's messed up. You know how old he is? He needs the money.
Yeah, no, I think we should actually tone down the tipping a little bit.
You think you don't want to tip the president?
I don't want to tip anybody.
You know what? Why don't we have like tipping beforehand?
If you're
going to tip, at least I want to get the value. Like after you've already done the job, who gives a shit? At least if I'm going to tip, let me tip ahead of time so you understand what I'm expecting in terms of service. Like I give half the tip ahead of time, and I'll give you the other half after.
I think that's way worse. You just came
Why
from
is that way
overseas,
worse?
wasn't it nice going out to eat without tipping?
When have we done that? Going out to eat without tipping? What country do you live in?
No, you just left the country.
Oh, I did.
Wasn't it nice, like going from place to place without tipping?
Last week, I went. My wife and I went to Paris. It was lovely, and tipping doesn't seem to be big in Paris. I think they said online like you can tip like 5 or 10%. But everywhere I paid with credit card, there wasn't even a line for tipping. So I was like, they don't seem to expect a tip, and it's great. Like the dinner cost $60, and I paid exactly $60. They didn't add tax on. They didn't add tip. It was so great paying exactly what the price on the menu said.
How come all the restaurants didn't go bankrupt?
I don't know, but I mean, you don't get. I guess they say you don't get as good a service, which, if you've been into a restaurant in America, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
It's not like the service is very good in America. The exact same service, basically.
Last time I went out to eat, it took. I waited for the check when we were clearly done for like 20, 25 minutes.
Oh, so there's you want a solution to this?
Mm-hmm.
So we did go to one restaurant in Paris that had a different system than I've seen before. They're like, here, scan the menu, and you can order online, and then we bring it to you. Okay, fine. And then like you can pay right online. You don't have to like wait for the person to come over to you. But to pay online, you had to pay $1 convenience fee.
Okay.
Would you want to pay $1 convenience fee to pay your bill in a restaurant?
No.
Kind of a weird thing to ask. Like, I have to pay you $1 to pay the bill.
Also to make it easier.
Also, the restaurant was like 5 by 5. It was a really, really small place. Literally, the counter is like, I can touch the counter. I'm like, and they're like, here, you can pay online. I'm like, how about I don't pay the $1 and I pay you instead? They're like, oh, you can do that. I'm like, I totally, maybe if you were in a large place, it's hard to get the waiter back. Though,
Right.
of course,
I was just thinking about last week where I waited 20 minutes. I'm like, I'd pay $1 to leave 20 minutes earlier.
yeah, that makes sense. It's also kind of like, I should give a big tip when I can't even get the waiter back here to let me pay.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely had that experience where you're like, we want to go. Where's this waiter? Where's this waiter? But in this restaurant, I was like, I literally see the register is like next to me. I don't want to pay the $1.
I was like sitting at the table, napkin over the plate, holding my wallet in my hand with like my hand raised, like throwing all the signs out there. Like
You know how I am. I'm somewhat cheap. You know how I was like ranting about afterwards. Like they want me to pay $1 to pay the bill. And like my wife's like, can you shut the hell up about this already?
You sound like the best person to go out to eat with.
I'm the best, by far the best.
So
So are you where are you going to get rid of tipping?
Everywhere.
Well, so I feel like the restaurants forcing us to pay their waiters, that's not going to change. That part, like you have to like you can't push back on tipping that's been around for 30, 40. That's just it's fully established in our culture.
I guess. I mean,
Where else are we going to get rid of
well,
it?
the guys from South Park opened up a restaurant and there's no tipping.
Okay, well, they have $1 billion. They can do whatever they want.
True.
It should just be a free restaurant. They have so much money. They should be like, here, we're just going to give you food. You're like, how do you make money doing this? We have $1 billion. It's fine. Wouldn't that be great if just like a free restaurant?
That would be nice. Oh, of course, if that was the case, then you'd have to wait like 3.5 hours for food.
Maybe they take a certain number of reservations a day. They're like it's fast food. It's not like or just like it's medium tier food.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special, but like no paying. Like we just have enough money. It's fine. This is not even charity. We just
I'll reserve my lunch for 2037.
Yeah, I guess that would probably not work out well either. You know, I went to a concert last night. I went to Alanis Morissette. Are you a fan of Alanis Morissette, Jay?
I like 2 songs.
Let me see. What 2 songs? There's a lot of good songs. What do you like?
You Ought to Know, of course. And
Yeah, that's a really like great song.
Head Over Feet.
Okay, she's got a lot of good songs, but but anyway, what was I gonna say about it? So anyway, so we get there, and like my wife has to go to the bathroom, and the line for the women's bathroom is like insane. Like, anytime you've gone to anything, you see the line is insane for women, and like the men just walk right in and out, right?
Yeah.
So I turned to my wife. I was like, you know, like I wouldn't always say this, but you know, the one place in life where like it truly sucks to be a woman over a man is like the bathrooms. And she was like, yeah, that's the one place that's kind of unfair. That in corporate America and everywhere else. It was like, okay, fair point. Yes, corporate America and bathrooms. But I feel like bathrooms are more important.
They are.
Well, what's new with you, Jay?
We got an email. thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. You'll never guess who this is from.
Does it rhyme with Lorenzo?
No, it is Lorenzo.
Yeah, what else would it be that would rhyme with Lorenzo?
It doesn't rhyme with Lorenzo. It is Lorenzo.
Can a word rhyme with itself?
No.
Why not?
He writes, hey guys, today's the day where life imitates art, imitating life. I'm going...
Okay, by the way, I'm looking up, can a word rhyme with itself?
It can't.
Why not? There are many words that have no rhyme in the English language. Orange is the only the most famous. Other words have has no rhyme. Can a worm? No, a word doesn't rhyme itself according to this website. Okay,
Of
fine.
course not. It doesn't make any sense.
Be the worst rapper ever.
Nothing rhymes. He's like, no, every word rhymes.
You just said the same word over and over again. Best rap song ever.
Okay. Hey guys, today is the day where life imitates art, imitating life. I'm going for a sleep test to test for sleep apnea.
Oh,
It's spreading. Everybody who listens to Brink gets a sleep apnea.
Holy crap!
My wife was explaining it all, and I waved her away. Babe, there's this podcast I listen to. I know what it's all about. He said, "How are your machines all going? Jay, are you still on the same machine from day one, or do you regularly upgrade?" So you get an upgrade every 5 years when you have sleep apnea. So next year I am due for machine number 3 or 4.
Okay, what is the upgrade? Like, are you like you get excited? Like, woo, I'm getting my new machine. This is gonna be cool. All new, the bells and whistles.
I mean, one time the machine was quieter, so I was like, that's great. Now they're all like very quiet. So I don't know. You know, they get a little smarter. Like they can kind of like tell when you need a little more or less air. So like,
can you make requests for like future models? Like, hey, can I get the model that looks like Olivia Munn,
who just got married?
Would you wear what if it was like a Olivia Munn face, and when you wear it, it looks like she's making out with you?
Sure.
Would your wife be annoyed? She's like, "Why are you wearing a girl's face to sleep? It's just how the product is."
So you just totally bailed on your thing, right?
Well, I never bought it. I did the sleep test. They're like, "You're dying," and I'm like, "Let's see how this goes."
All right.
I sleep like my issue with this whole thing is that I'm like, I'm doctor. I snore. It drives my wife crazy. What can we do about snoring? You might have sleep apnea. Okay. I'm snoring. Can you cure the snoring? We should test you for sleep apnea. Okay, so if I have sleep apnea, curing sleep apnea cures my snoring? Maybe. Well, I'm here for the snoring issue. What about the sleep apnea issue? Are you getting paid by the goddamn sleep apnea companies?
Well, that's what causes snoring.
They said it doesn't always cure it.
Well,
they said as a side effect, hopefully it'll cure the snoring.
You're not going to snore with the machine on.
Weren't you snoring with it on? Well, okay. So you don't snore now. I sound like Darth Vader. So you put something over my face so I can't something over like covering my face so I don't. Why don't you put a pillow over my face? That would make everything better.
I mean, considering you tried for 0 days, like you have a strong opinion about it.
Well, so what happens if you don't use the machine? I'm not saying it doesn't there's not a benefit to the machine. I didn't understand because the guy's like, here are the symptoms. I'm like, well, I'm experiencing none of those symptoms. Okay, but you're snoring. And I took the test, and according to the test, I have sleep apnea. But I'm like,
so you do have it.
I know. I told you I had it. I told you I took the test.
Mm-hmm.
I had trouble sleeping that. It's hard to sleep the night they gave it to you. I did the home test.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing all these things. I could barely sleep that night. And they're like, the night you could barely sleep? That's because you have sleep apnea. I'm like, no, it's because I was wearing a goddamn machine on my face.
I mean,
or whatever. I was wearing this machine on me. That's why I couldn't sleep. But
no, I mean, it's when you are asleep that they tell if you have it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I did. Yes, I assume it was just weird because I'm like, this is not affecting my life. The snoring is affecting my life.
You're driving me up the wall.
Okay, fine. Jay, I have a. Is there more than Lorenzo's email?
No, that was it.
Okay, Jay. You know what? You on the show have given me pop culture terms and seeing if I know them.
Mm-hmm.
I have one for you this week to see if you know what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what it is to raw dog a flight?
Yes.
Oh, what does it mean?
That's when people just stare at the back of a seat and not look at any.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why that's like a thing.
It's from Seinfeld. One of the characters, not the main character.
Putty. Yeah.
Putty, yes.
Yeah.
He just stared, and people thought that was very funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
But
I just watched that
now
one like a week ago.
Now people are posting pictures of themselves on social media saying how they raw dogged a 7-hour flight.
Okay.
Which is totally worth the 7 hours just staring, so you can get the post on Instagram.
I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't even doing that. They were just taking a picture and saying they did it.
I mean, also, no one's really checking your work. No one's from your flight. No one's like, oh, he says he did it. I was on his flight. I saw him watch a movie. That ain't no raw dogging.
That would be funny. Getting called out, faking doing something stupid. You know what you could do? You can do that and not post it.
Yes. You can do everything in life and not post it. We could do a pod. We could just talk to each other and not post it either. So
Yeah. We haven't
wouldn't it
done
be great
that.
if Biden's like, everyone thinks I'm really old. I need to look young. And like he posted a picture of himself on like Air Force One, raw dogging the flight. You see me raw dog that flight? And then people have like, it becomes like fake news. Like someone, I was on that flight. He ate some pretzels. He wasn't raw dogging.
I mean, he would probably just misinterpret it and eat a hot dog with no mustard or something.
He fucks the flight without a condom. Mr. President, holy shit, put that away.
You really misinterpreted what this trend.
You need to do a little background research before you do this.
So there was
What else is going on, Jay?
there was a thief who was he kept going into stores and stealing Pringles.
Okay.
And he got
Did he own a tennis ball company?
No, but he did steal 17 tubes of Pringles, and and they caught him, and he got arrested. And he said, "Once you pop, you can't stop," which was Pringles ads back in the day.
Okay.
So he just he just lived it and went on a Pringles thieving spree based on that motto. You don't find that funny at all that he told
I just found it bizarre. In prison, he's like, "What are you guys in for?" Well, I had this really funny idea with Pringles. You know those cans, the potato chips that come in the can? Anyway, that's why I'm in jail.
Oh, I'm in for murder.
I mean, murder. I bet once you pop, you can't stop either. It's going to be great, Roomy.
Can you imagine trying to explain that in jail? Like, I stole Pringles, like, a lot, though. Like, a lot of Pringles.
Well, why don't we cut to the phone call he made from jail? Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Dad. So, I need to bail me out of prison.
What'd you do?
You know how you like to play tennis?
Don't tell me you killed somebody with a tennis racket.
You wish. Anyway, I those potato chips you eat out of like tennis cans, I stole a bunch of them.
And then what?
And then I get arrested. I didn't have much of a plan beyond that. Anyway, I hate you and Mom and Dad, and I hope this ruins the rest of your life.
Well, it did. Mission accomplished.
I mean, what was the point?
I think the entire point was to say that line. He just really wanted to say that line. He's like, I'm going to steal Pringles till I get caught.
Do you think he does he do like is he a serial crime? Like he goes to he goes to Burger King and he like just throws sushi at everyone and they're like, "What are you doing?" I want it my way. My way is with sushi on the burger.
So this was in Iceland. This is the kind of crimes they get in Iceland.
Oh, okay. Seems like a pretty good place to live then.
It seems a little different than the crimes we get in America.
By the way, I get TikTok, which you go on TikTok sometimes. I don't know how addicted you are. I kind of go on maybe for a few minutes every day because I'm just I need the Chinese government will get worried about me. And so the latest videos I'm getting are all videos about leaving the country. I keep getting videos from these people who like moved to the Philippines and they're like how much better life is in the Philippines.
You must have watched a couple.
Well, the first one was interesting, and once it got interesting, now I'm just like flooded with like move to Iceland, move to the Philippines, move to Vietnam. A lot of Philippines ones though.
That's what happens. Like if you don't go on a site a lot, as soon as you interact with anything, like that's all the algorithm has, and that's like it.
The guy, and like he's like his big thing. This one I have been watching Because I got curious. I'm like, well, how much cheaper is the Philippines? Like, why is it better? He starts off being like, you in the United States, you don't realize how much of a scam it is. Capitalism's a scam. When you leave America, everything gets better. You leave the matrix and like all this like mumbo jumbo like conspiracy crap. But then it's like, here's the apartment I live in the Philippines. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, everything, $12 a month. Or just something really low. And you're like, that does actually sound better. Go with the mumbo jumbo. We're like, how? He's like, I got this whole meal, beautiful meal for $6. I'm like, maybe I should move to the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm sure he's leaving out a few things though, like the fact that it's over 100 degrees, like 6 months a year.
Yeah, I think I did. I looked up to like well, what's it like to live as an expat? I'm like, honey, should we move to the Philippines? She's like, stop watching TikTok.
I hadn't posted on Facebook in a long time, and I didn't even post. I commented on some random article about Jake Paul, and Facebook is like, I guess you're Jake Paul's #1 fan now, and my entire timeline was just Jake Paul, to the point where I actually had to hide the term Jake Paul so it stopped showing me his articles. It was absolutely insane.
You're like, dear Facebook, take away Jake Paul, and Logan Paul, but you know what? I like Dove soap. Give me those ads.
I never want to hear about Jake Paul ever again.
On a different topic, Jay, did you hear about the Eddie Murphy? Why he's mad at David Spade?
No, I have not.
He slams David Spade for a racist joke about him on SNL, a cheap shot. He's very pissed about it. Do you know when this happened? Because I don't remember Spade being on SNL recently.
Pretty sure Spade left SNL in like 97.
This comment's from 1995. Eddie Murphy is furious about it still. According to this article, that probably over-exaggerates it.
That's weird. Weren't they in Oh no, it's Chris Rock.
Okay, but do you want to hear this incredibly racist joke?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember David Spade was he did that bit on the news where he'd like talk about celebrities and make fun of them. So Eddie Murphy was in the movie Vampire in Brooklyn in 1995, and he said, "Look, children, it's a falling star. Make a wish."
That's not racist.
Apparently it is, and apparently there's something that you can be angry about 30 years later.
He's still defending that crappy movie.
I don't know.
He should be happy that people forget about that movie.
He said, yeah, this is the comment from the article. He was like, it was like, yo, how could you do that? My career? Really? I joke about my career? So I thought that was a cheap shot. And it was kind of felt it was racist. I guess his view is that he's been maybe the most successful, or one of the most successful, because Adam Sandler's probably maybe more successful, but like one of the most successful members of the cast.
Yeah.
Been leaving the show. And he's like, how dare you? You cannot criticize me.
How dare you criticize Vampire in Brooklyn?
Also, I imagine you will not see the roast of Eddie Murphy anytime soon, as he does not appear to be able to take a joke.
They should, because then, like, in 2055, you're like, I can't believe you said that joke about me at the roast.
You're like, don't you know what a roast is? God damn it, I don't know what a roast is.
Do you want to guess the Rotten Tomato percentage for Vampire in Brooklyn?
I don't know how could Vampire in Brooklyn get bad reviews? I mean, when that movie gets greenlit, what is it? It's like 12%?
Very close, 11.
I mean, when that movie's being greenlit, like, they're not like, hey, this will be good. They're like, I guess people like Eddie Murphy, so whatever.
Yeah, they're like, let's throw $100,000 into this, and hopefully we can make like $200,000.
I mean, it sounds idiotic, but then like there's so many movies that are like that have done really well that are also idiotic premises, like has an idiotic premise. Like, if I said to you, "Hey, can you give me money? I'm making a movie about a guy who's a pet detective," you'd be like, "Well, that's just freaking stupid."
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I guess in theory anything could be funny, but
I mean, I think some of these movies just have a niche audience. They know it's not going to be a blockbuster, but they know it's going to be profitable. Like Ernest, like Medea, like they're garbage movies, but they know they have a built-in audience, and enough people are gonna go see it to make it worth making.
Jay, so if you go to the movies, Jay, would you be okay if post movie they said, how much do you want to tip?
No, there's enough bad things about the movies already.
I want to add tipping to more of your life. I want the mailman to, like, when he drops off your mail, to put, like, to turn the screen around and be like holding a screen, like, oh, you're not gonna tip again today, huh? See if you get your mail tomorrow.
My Amazon guy keeps messaging me, and he's like,
You sending you dick pics?
no, like, I live in an apartment building, and he'll, like, bring it up to my door, and he's like, I brought your package up to your door, like, can you give me a good review? And there's no way to review the delivery guy.
I didn't know you could review the delivery guy.
So what I recently found out is that sometimes there is an option on the app, but if you go on desktop, there is no option. And I thought there was just no option, period. So I would just message him back like, yeah, I'll get right on that, man. Great job.
We get like 30 packages a day. My wife orders so much from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen the app option to, like, tip the dude.
Not
Not tip the dude. I mean, review the dude.
right. Yeah.
When I call, like, if I call, like, I've called Amazon customer service. If you ever have an issue with Amazon, customer service is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they'll send the review thing. I'll give them, like, whatever, the 5 stars, like, great job.
Yeah, no, it has to be the app, because even when I used Amazon on the phone, just going right to the website, it wasn't there. But then I recently downloaded the app, and it did pop up. So it is a thing. It's just only on that one particular area. Like, you can't access it anywhere else. So now we know.
I want to add tipping to more of your life.
Why?
Just to fuck with you. What's your like Jay's like Jay beats off with Pornhub, and afterwards, like, after he's done, he just sees the thing pop on the screen. Do you want to tip 15%, 20%, 25%?
The gym. You go there, you work out, you tip us.
Yeah, just everything in life. It would just be really, really funny. They just, like, just the dumbest moments to add it, the most awkward moments possible.
They're doing construction in front of my building.
Yeah.
And so in the mornings, they have a cop there. And he, like, stops traffic and lets you, like, cross the street. So that would be funny if he halfway, he, like, stopped you and be like, tip.
If you want to make it to the other side, I need a tip.
Although on rush hour after work at 5 o'clock, it's a free-for-all. There's no cops there. It's only the morning people get to cross the street safely.
On a different note, Jay, how do you feel that you've been doing all this podcast and everything for so long? Mm-hmm. And the Hawk Tuah girl apparently rakes in $30K for a New York City appearance.
Yeah. Just to rate a contest, because apparently she's qualified to be a judge now, I guess.
Yeah, she gets $30,000 for doing that.
I know. I was thinking about that while I was working at month end at my difficult job, and just give her $30,000. She's going to be a multi-millionaire because of this.
This will probably take off her career doing something. I watched a couple of her videos, like her. So she had some videos like of her just talking about stuff. Like, she was on an interview show. Seems like she's got the same. She's got a personality like every other person. Like, she's definitely gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
You feel good about that, Jay?
No. We live in very stupid times. I mean, it was it was a humorous video, whatever. Like, now this person's gonna be famous. Like, it's just weird.
You know what's weird? Also, just like, so the story happened. So basically, she did this talk to a thing, and then, like, all these stories came out about her, and they were saying how she was fired from her job as a preschool teacher. Mm-hmm. And then it turned out she never was a preschool teacher. So someone just, like, made that up and just.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah. I saw her in an interview. She said she's like, I've never been a teacher. She's like, I'm not even old enough to really, like, she's like, I'm just out of school, basically. She worked in, like, a spring factory, a factory that made springs.
Why would you make that up?
Yeah, she's like, I have no idea how they made up that I was a teacher. I guess that was funnier for the story.
That's so weird. I don't know. People are strange.
I was like, that's so goddamn weird, because it was like it was inconsequential fact about her that she
Right,
worked
right.
as this. I guess in theory it's funnier that she's a teacher, but like it's like well maybe there's a lot of fake news out there.
Like, how do you even start a rumor like that? That like a million people were like posting things about her. Like, how does that one fake rumor like rise to the surface and go viral?
I don't know, but I've noticed on TikTok also a trend. I don't know if it's not really a trend, but I've just noticed this recently. Is there's like a video of someone going viral, and I don't even like I don't even see like the actual viral video. I'll just see a video of someone talking about the video, and there's just so many people are posting videos talking about the videos of the people going viral.
Yes, because making up your own content is difficult. So just take somebody else's and talk about. My least favorite is just the reaction ones where they literally just show the other video and then the person's it's split screen and the person on the other side is just making a face. Like,
Yeah, you know what? Like, listen. If Chinese government, if you're listening, all I want on my TikTok is give me scenes from Sopranos and scenes from Good Will Hunting. Just do that. I'll be locked in on the app.
I mean, I'm sure you can manipulate the algorithm.
I mean, there's like I think the other day I was watching, I was just like it was scene after scene from Mad Men. I was like, this is great.
How do you even get down that rabbit hole?
Well, I don't know. They knew I liked Mad Men.
Like, are you searching
a
for
clip
stuff?
from Mad
Or
Men came up.
Do you
I
search?
watched the whole.
Do you search for stuff, or do you just open it up and
Just
just?
shit comes up. They just know. They listen. The Chinese government, they're pretty smart.
I'm not going on your spyware app.
What? I thought you go on there, Jay.
I don't.
Okay.
The only
then,
time I
like-
go on there is
like-
when you send me a video, and I swear you only send me videos, TikTok videos, to try and get me to go on TikTok.
It really is addictive. So I put on my phone that if I'm on there for 10 minutes, it shuts down, and I have to ask myself. I have to like put in I want more time. But at least I've known I've been on for 10 minutes. I'm like I can't waste too much time on this.
You know the app is self-aware of how shitty it is if it actually has that feature built in.
Well, you have the feature on anything for your phone. Like you can shut any app down after a certain amount of time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Have you used an iPhone before?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
You know what's a cool feature, which I did not, which I just only recently realized. So you know, like we drove to this concert, we park in a giant parking lot, and you're like, you got to find your car, right? Mm-hmm. You can just you can go on your phone and just say, "Where's my car?" and it'll give you directions to your car.
Interesting.
I don't have to tell the phone I parked my car and where I am and like get me back there. All I have to do is go on Apple Maps and just go take me to my car.
Huh.
Literally, it just took me right in the parking lot. I didn't say anything. That I just like we were like, oh, where's the car? I was like, oh, I'll go on Apple Maps and I go and just says find like your car. They know you've parked your car even though you haven't told it yet.
She was the headliner?
What's up?
Alanis Morissette, she was the headliner?
Yeah, she was a headliner. The Joan Jett was the opening act. There was someone else who was an opening act, but like she was the second opening act.
Was this at like a local carnival?
Jones Beach?
No shit.
You know, Alanis is pretty popular. She has like a ton of hits.
In 2024?
I guess the place was pretty packed for her.
Has she had a hit since like 97?
I think she has. You know, maybe you should listen to music outside your bubble. She has like 7 Grammys, Jack.
No.
That according to some video she played ahead of time, yeah, she has 7 Grammys.
She humble bragged before her own concert?
She did like a video montage of how awesome Alanis is. It was like a video. It was a pretty cool video, but it was a video about how awesome Alanis is.
Can you imagine? Like,
in case you didn't know, I was like, I already got tickets. I get it.
Metallica comes out like, before we play our songs, we're just going to tell you how great we are.
It was interesting. It was a video about how, and then she had there's video screens, and then there's one song she's playing, and I forget the name of the song. And it was like I like the song, but the song like during the song she posted all these like terrible facts about women, like 1 in 4 women have been raped, and I was like, I just turned to my wife. I'm like, should you just stop with these? Like, this is a real bummer. Okay, like I'm trying to enjoy myself.
Okay.
My wife and my wife agreed. She was like, "Yeah, I don't know if we need these negative facts right now." We're just in a concert, like trying to watch her sing.
Did Joan Jett get a promo video too?
She did not have a. I mean, I imagine Joan Jett was like, if it was 20 years ago, I'd be the lead. But well, I guess 40 years ago, I'd be the lead.
Yeah,
lead on this tour.
Probably 40.
Yeah, probably like 40 years. She also, I'm watching Joan Jett. I'm like, she's got to be playing for the last like touring for like 50 years, which sounds like crazy. But I'm like, that's so much better than like. I mean, that's such a more awesome. Obviously, it's a much more awesome career than anything else we do. So, like, good for her. She's still touring.
Yeah. I mean, once you get a bunch of albums, you don't even have to like record or keep playing the same songs.
I mean, like, it's like weird to see someone who looks like she was like 85, like just jamming. But I'm like, she sounds pretty good. Like, we should all be able to do what she's doing at whatever age she is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because she started in the 70s with, I think, the Runaways.
Yeah. I wonder how old she is. Because she looked fucking old.
I'm going to guess.
She was really good, but like, she's 65.
I was going to guess 67.
Okay. I mean, she just looked like, you were like, she looks really old, but she sounded great.
That's good.
So, Jay, so my understanding is if it's not music you like, you understand how they could fill an arena.
If it's somebody who hasn't had a hit in 40 years, I don't get how they're still doing arenas.
What's the last concert you went to, Jay? Tell me about some shitty band you listened to.
The last concert I went to was... I haven't been to a concert in so long.
Okay, you pick one.
Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
Okay, yes, I can totally understand how Black Rebel Motor Club would get people there. They've had so many hits through the years. You're criticizing Alanis Morissette and then being like, yes, I saw Black Rebel Motor Club. You know, they have those songs that anyone has ever heard of.
But they weren't playing a stadium.
Were they playing in your apartment? Because that seems about how many fans they probably have.
They're really good, actually.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh. Are they better than Joan Jett? Because I think
way better.
I think they would be like just like they'd be carrying the equipment for these artists.
I mean, I'm not arguing their popularity. They're better though.
It's just weird. You're like, wait, people actually want to see this? Where was she playing in a parking lot? What did you think she would be playing at?
A smaller venue.
Starbucks?
No, a small. I thought she'd play like where I saw Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
Yeah, I think she's made a little more money than Black Rebel Motor, and I'm sure they're successful and doing really, really well. I imagine she is insanely wealthy at this point.
Yeah, but wealthy and like being relevant 30 years after you have a song. Usually, like as bands fade, they play smaller venues.
Well, I mean, I guess the entire. Well, I guess if you're Joan Jett, you're fading and you're opening for Alanis Morissette. I can't believe you're in disbelief that Alanis Morissette would be. I mean, it's not like she's selling out the Garden.
It's not like she had like a string of hits.
She had a lot of hits.
By the way, that's where I saw Alanis Morissette.
Where?
At the Garden.
Okay.
But she opened for the Stones.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
The Stones haven't had a hit in a while also, Jay. Maybe they should be playing Starbucks.
Yeah, but they had like 50 hits. Like I'm saying, when you have like 2 hits and then you haven't had anything in 30 years.
I think she has more than 2 hits, Jay.
Really?
I think you might want to look further into her career.
I think she had like
hits.
3 hits between like 95 and 97 and then nothing ever since.
Yeah, I whatever. I'm not like the biggest fan, but I like her stuff. Like,
can you name a
like,
post 2000 song from her? You just went to her concert. Can you name one song she made in the last 24 years?
One song she made in the last 24 years?
Yes, 2000 plus.
Okay.
I see your screen flashing. You're looking at it right now.
I'm obviously looking at it right now. I was looking at it before we even discussed this.
You couldn't name one off the top of your head.
Yeah, obviously, her first album is like the biggest thing she did. But she's had a lot of hits since. I mean, all I know is my wife knew most of her songs, so like she's got to be like somewhat like pop. Like,
that doesn't mean anything. I know all of the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club songs.
Yeah, you're the one. You could be in the Black Rebel Motorcycle for all I know.
It's a very exclusive club.
Yeah. I think the Black Rebel Motor Club.
Motorcycle.
I imagine they would admit that Alanis Morissette is a tad bit more successful than they are. They're like, no, we're not putting ourselves down to say a female icon in music is better than us.
And now she's an icon.
Is she not?
I don't know.
You don't think she falls in the category of female icons for music?
I don't know.
I like what? Who do you put up there? I mean, you can put Madonna, with Taylor Swift if you want, Janis Joplin. I mean, obviously there are others, but I'm not like saying she's like top whatever, but she's up there with like all-time like female artists.
All right.
Jay hates. Do you know the song "You Ought to Know" is about you?
No, it's about Dave Coulier.
No, she said it was about Jay from the Brink podcast. She announced it at the show. You should have been there.
Can you
It
believe
was the
Dave
best
Coulier?
press we've gotten in years.
Dave Coulier had a song about him.
Yeah, I know. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but it's Dave Coulier. Like,
Everyone was like, when that song came out, they were like, "Wow, that's a crazy song." Wait, it's about the guy from Full House?
the least funny guy from Full House, who was supposed to be the funniest.
Yeah, it was weird. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is going on, Jay? We're gonna end the show soon. What else? What's your last topic?
I don't. We went through all my topics.
You had one topic. What was your? You had one topic. Did you do anything to prepare for the show at all?
No, I've been very busy this week. I've been working. It's month end. I work and then I go to sleep.
Okay, so you get the taxes done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're making a tax game.
Yeah. It's called,
Tell us about your tax game.
It's called We Love Taxes, and it's a card game. And every card is a tax scenario, and you have to guess where you would put that on the financial statements.
Can you deduct or not? It's so I screwed up again. I can't deduct that.
Yep. There you go.
Why not do that? Why not do a tax game?
Because
You don't think that'd be fun?
I want somebody to buy it.
You think people will tip you for the game?
I hope somebody will tip me for the game.
So do you why don't you plug the game? Like you're doing it at the Kickstarter. Plug before the show's over. Plug it.
So yeah, it's in pre Kickstarter. I'm gonna post links and stuff, but if you search the Brink of Sanity card game on Kickstarter, it'll come up, and right now you can just follow it. So you'll get a notification when it launches, and then you'll be able to support the project. But it's coming soon. I think the Kickstarter is going to launch in within a month.
Within a month. You want to explain what the game is?
It's a card game with 6 different categories, and so it's Would You Rather, Two Truths and a Lie, a lot of stuff you've heard from the show, top fives, Pictionary, charades, and taboo. Only with the Brink of Sanity sense of humor.
Yes. So if you like our show, which we know there's at least 2 people on Earth,
I
we have
expect
a game for you.
we're definitely going to sell at least 3 or 4 copies. So it'll be good.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome.
So if that's all we have, we're about out of time anyway.
Yeah, I think that's all we have this week.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining, Andrew. And we'll be back probably next week.
Right. Jay and I will discuss what to tip the president. Jay, what do you think? What would you tip Biden?
I would tip him 2 cents. I would give him my 2 cents.
Oh, okay. Well, then, so you're trying to be clever with your tip.
Yes.
I'm gonna give him the standard 15%. Solid service.
Okay. All right. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back soon.
Bye, love. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.